We're back out here in the greenhouse, and I'm going to show you how the lemon tree is doing. We have lemons. You can see the new little lemons coming on right here. There's a lemon there. A lemon there. Some lemons there. Right there. I got quite a few. Some of them didn't make it, but there's a lemon there. And there's the fig. It's getting big. Nice and big. Here's the other two figs. They're getting really big. We have a lot of new life coming in. The only thing that hasn't showed any life is the peppers. You can't see those. But the basil is coming up, if you can see. There's a basil there and one there. And then there's the chamomile. It's coming up. And the stevia is really growing. And the new tarragon, it's coming back. And the romaine lettuce is doing good. Don't need a drink of water. And the radishes, you can see they've gotten another leaf going on now. I'm pretty happy with the lemon tree. This is the second time it's put on lemons. I haven't had lemons on it though for quite a few years, about 3 years. And first year we got it, it had lemons, and then after that it kind of got froze. So it didn't have any lemons, and it had to regrow. It's had to regrow itself back a couple of times from freezing. But it's doing really good. Been keeping it in the greenhouse to keep it from freezing anymore. And the same here with the fig tree. If you look at this stem here, that's where the old fig tree was at, and it froze, and it didn't freeze down at the roots, and it didn't freeze down past this. So as long as the figs are pretty hardy, and as long as they don't freeze, the roots don't freeze, they'll come back. They'll grow back, and as you can see, this tree grew back quite well. Been doing really good the last 4 years now. I just haven't had the courage to cut that one limb off. But the tomatoes are doing well. They're coming back. You see them. So are the blackberries. They're doing really, really good. Those are coming out. I'm going to take them out. I'm not sure what seed this is. Probably just a weed of some sort. It's doing quite well on its own. The strawberries are coming back. These are going to go out this summer and be replanted. I'm going to take the rest of those out of the lime tree and plant them in that laundry basket I have out there. And the orange tree is definitely going to be put in a bigger pot because it's growing. It's got a lot of new growth on it already. This fig tree needs to be put into a bigger pot as well. But I don't know what's going on with the peppers. I guess I'll wait a couple of more days and see if they do anything. And if it doesn't do anything, I guess I will go back through and replant. Hopefully they do start coming up. Germination periods on a lot of this stuff is between 7 to 10 days. So it's been 7 days since I did this. So maybe in a couple of more days it'll start coming back. And you can see that the tulips back there are about done. So I'll be taking them out of that and putting them into a different pot. I have an old tub that I got quite a while ago. And I thought I'd fill it with dirt and put a lot of the tulips and the hyacinths that I have around, put them in that. Honeybees seem to like the hyacinths really well. And actually, I was really surprised to see that the stevia was going to come back. I wasn't sure if it was or not, so I was pretty happy to see that. And I didn't think that the chamomile would come up as fast, but it did really good. It came up quite fast. So it looks like we're going to have quite a few plants. Probably go through there and thin them out and replant a lot of them in different pots. And they will come back every year. They'll come back, they'll seed themselves and reseed themselves and come back in the spring if you put them outside. And the basil, it goes into seed. And I take the seed off the plant and plant the seeds. These are the basil seeds, and I just take them off of the plant and I replant them. This was from last year. And you can see some little basil seed there as well. And some basil seed there. And my work table's a mess. I gotta get it cleaned up. So anyway, I thought I'd just like to have an update on the greenhouse and how well it was doing. You can see my rose bush is starting to come back. A friend of mine gave me this. And it's doing really well. Of course, the deer came in and ate on it once. That's why I have this wire over the strawberries, because the deer like to come in and eat on everything. They don't bother the rosemary or the thyme, so I don't worry about that. But the strawberries, they don't touch the sage, but they do the rose bush and what have you. And there's Momo back there, loving on everything. And I'll probably do that hanging basket. Might do a couple of extra hanging baskets this year of tomatoes. I might even do a upside down basket of peppers too. And there's the walking onions. They're doing really good, growing quite a bit. They haven't started to put on any of their heads yet, but they will do that here shortly. They'll start doing that. Now there was a pepper plant in here last year, but I don't see any pepper seed in here coming up, so I guess that's okay. I'll put something else in there. I had a cucumber in here, nothing's coming up out of that either. But it's been cold, so if anything does come up, it'll just freeze anyway. The neighbor kids left those cue balls here last year, year and a half ago. They were hiding them. They hid one down here in the you can see it, the number 2 ball down there in my rose bush. And I guess that's enough on the update. Please subscribe. Please comment. It really helps the channels. A lot of the YouTubers, like you to do the channel, do the subscribing and do the comments, because they say it does help with their channel. And I'm pretty sure it does. But make a like or a dislike. And I'm trying my best to have you see everything. I thought I'd let you see the new life, though, in the greenhouse. How the lemon tree is doing. Those things are just really taking off. As soon as the night stops freezing, I'll put them out, hang them back up. I watered these last week, but they look dry again already. So it's been a week, so I will water them today. Give them a good watering. Keep them thriving. Once it starts getting too hot, like it's 110 in the greenhouse right now, you see it can get pretty warm in here. Of course, the lemon and the lime tree and the orange tree love that heat. Still waters run deep.